she was in flames and I couldn't
Save her?
No, that would be too literal.
Right.
No, she was in flames and there was a bear and a mountain.
All right, have and have not fans, you just saw the clip from the season 8 premiere. Yeah, that was the premiere. Talking about Charles's weird dream about Candace involving her being surrounded in flames and him not being able to get to her, and then there was a bear, and then there was a mountain. So what I did was I actually did some research. I actually have a dream dictionary. I bought it at Barnes & Noble like 6 years ago. I had to dig it out of my closet, but I found it. And then I also pulled up some websites which have basic interpretations of what does it mean to dream about this or that or whatever. So before going further in the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification icon and select all. That way you are notified whenever I post new things to the channel. And finally, follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And I think I have a bit of a surprise announcement at the end of the video, just so, and no, it's not the DVD giveaway. It's something bigger. So, Charles mentioned flames, a bear, and a mountain. So based on the research I did, let's see here. If you're having dreams about, and I'm looking at auntieflow.com, then the Dream Dictionary, it's just a generic title, the Dream Journal A through Z, and the symbolism is kind of the same. It really depends, because some of these definitions say, hey, if you see fire or flames that are, red flames, it's basically meaning your temper is raging or somebody's trying to annoy you in life. If you're having dreams about fire, you might be feeling particularly passionate. Maybe there's a new love in your life, or even just a project you're particularly excited about. The passion of your thoughts igniting a flame in your dreams. That's honestly pretty much Charles when you think about it. Not only is it potential love with Candace, but Charles pretty much sees a lot of himself in Candace, and well, as a lot of women look at some men, kind of like Fatima and Zach. And I don't want to quote Frozen, so I'm not going to sing it, but Charles looks at Candace as a bit of a fixer-upper. That's honestly the flame part. And the fact that she's surrounded by it could indicate that, yeah, she definitely has a lot that needs to be fixed, almost as if her current person needs to be reduced to ashes to rise up again like a phoenix and be reborn. Now, the bear thing, bears in dreams usually symbolize strength, power, and independence. Knowing that bears are wild animals, they may be also a symbol of some untamed habits. And wow, another meaning of a bear in the dream may be a mother figure. Sheesh. This actually defines Candace pretty well. She is a strong, powerful, and independent person. And just like people like Oliver and even Landon during the early days of this whole development with Charles has been warning Charles, she's a bit of a wild card. Her reputation could tarnish his own, and she's bad news. And then the third thing, the mother figure. Remember, Charles lost his wife, I believe, to cancer, and he does have 2 children. So the mother figure. And you could also throw in, well, Jeremy, what if Candace is pregnant? Yeah, I know. So that could also indicate the whole mother figure too. Then the final thing was mountains. Dreaming of a mountain symbolizes working hard, overcoming obstacles, and rising above petty everyday quarrels. It takes great effort to climb a mountain. You may encounter obstacles in your path, but the reward is worth the effort. Let's see if there's any. Okay, what is the meaning of climbing a mountain in a dream? To climb a mountain in a dream means you are willing to progress. You have energy and attitude to do so. You have goals to achieve. The very activity of climbing is symbolic for endurance, strength, and strong will and courage. Once again, this honestly points towards Candace. There are a lot of obstacles standing in between Charles and Candace. Social status, political platforms, her reputation versus his. I think this dream isn't necessarily about death, because honestly it did, her being surrounded in flames, but even Landon's like, wait, you couldn't get her in time? No, that would be way too literal. And a lot of fans were quick to point out, even myself, that remember Kyle and Scott allegedly plot to kill Candace. So what if they're at like a log cabin or something and it's set on fire, or there's a bear and they're in the mountains? I think these dreams honestly point more towards the many pitfalls, obstacles, rocks to climb over, rocks blocking the path that will potentially prevent Charles from getting to Candace. But at the end of the day, it looks like he's willing to fight the flames, climb the highest mountain, and fight the grisliest bear in order to get what he wants. So I don't think the dream was anything too cryptic, at least based off these dream definitions. I mean, I could be wrong and it could just be horse crap, but that's really all I have to say for this particular video. That's it. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. As you can notice, I'm not really doing like 15 have and have not videos per week like I usually do. That isn't out of boredom or anything. It's just that, number one, I'm incredibly busy. That's why my videos are kind of spread out now. And I think I actually like the strategy of, hey, if I'm going to do like 3 to 5 videos, I'd rather do 3 to 5 on one particular show, dump them at once, then the next day move on to the next one. I did a lot of eBay listing because look, my room is very organized, but it's very packed with stuff, not to mention things out in the living room. I did a lot of shopping last night. Holiday hours, Kohl's, Ross, Five Below, and Target. I spent close to $700 on a bunch of things to resell. I did buy some things for myself though. Don't worry about that, because with these holiday hours, I actually like it because I headed out around 7:30. No, hang on. It was about 8:15. I got back a little after 10 o'clock. Light traffic, not a lot of people in stores, so I was in and out. And my room is a lot better than it was. Like the funny thing is, yesterday was me getting my room together, but then last night is when I packed it back up with stuff. So when I do a live stream again, it should look a lot better than it was. Maybe I'll finally do a room tour. Also, let's see here. eBay stuff is listed, so I don't have to worry about that until the auctions end on Wednesday/Thursday. So yeah, this weekend is going to be focused on getting videos done. And the big announcement is, drum roll please. Look, I don't feel like editing one in, but I talked with Angela Robinson, aka Veronica Harrington, and she said she would be thrilled to do an interview with me towards the season finale. So it isn't in the books, like, you know, the exact date, but Angela did agree to do an interview. So yeah, I'll probably come up with a community tab post or something like, hey, let me know. Do you have any questions you want to ask Angela? I don't think I've done that before. It's like, you know, usually I'm the one that comes up with the questions, but I think that this will be a fun segment to kind of put in the interview towards the end, where it's like, hey, here are some, like, you know, quick questions. I'll give you a shout out. Like, you know, if your question's good, I'll be like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't want to bombard her with like 20 questions, but I feel like I can pick at least maybe 5 to 10 questions if they're good. And just say, hey, so-and-so asked this question. So that will be pretty legit. So guys, Veronica is in the books. I mean, this is going to be some good stuff. Amanda, we still need to come up with a date. I think she finished filming what she's working on, so I'll try to get connected with her over the weekend. Not that we'll do the interview this weekend, but connect with her. Leo, David's bodyguard, we need to reschedule because my face had a massive breakout before we can actually do our interview, so I had to reschedule. Tom from Bruh, he wants to do an interview. Like I said, I had at least 5 to 6 interviews in the books, but the holiday was coming up, Thanksgiving, and then also a lot of the actors got work projects out of nowhere. Like, hey, I just got an audition, I had a self-tape, or I got a job on a set. So some things had to be rescheduled, but just know interviews aren't gone for good. Look, the Keith Burke one blew up, so it's like I got to get back to the interview groove, but just thank you all for being patient with me. And also going back to what I said before about the haves and have-nots, the season 8 has not been bad so far, but the episodes have kind of been dragging on where it's more of a rehashing of things we already know. So there really aren't that many things for me to talk about. Hence why it's like I'm not doing 8 have and have not videos at one time. That's not to say I won't do have and have not content. It's just that these episodes haven't been giving me a lot because we don't have all the characters in an episode. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's like, that's why I waited so long to do this video. Like, oh, I figured no Candace, no Charles in this week's episode. So this particular video, I could wait to do it now. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you want to donate to the channel, I'll tell you one thing, for the Patreon people, here's what I'm probably going to do. Since you all pay memberships and I don't really post anything, what I'm probably going to do is upload the interview on there first, so the Patreon members will get to see the interview first. And I'll probably do it like you'll have it a week earlier or something. I want to try to make this, any future interview I do, especially when it's a big cast member, I want to make it like an event, because I want the Patreon people to really feel like their donations count. Not to say if you donate on PayPal or Cash App, it does not. Trust and believe. You can donate any way you please. But Patreon, just know I have big plans for it. But the channel itself just grew to be so busy. So if you prefer to make like one-time donations or sporadically, do the PayPal or Cash App route. But if you want to have like a little membership, feel free to do so on Patreon. Any way contributes, even if it's not financially. You watching my content helps with the ad revenue, and I can pay my bills. So I do appreciate that. So I don't know who's next. Could I get David? Because I want to have a David off. I want to see if my David impression could, compare to his. I know right now I can't, because I've recorded a bunch of videos before I did this one, but maybe Tinka Sumner someday. I mean, I'm just saying, you never know. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.